almost daily. But we were at a Hooters once, me and my brother, and the girl, her line, like to tell me I looked like Justin Long was, "Have you ever seen Jeepers Creepers?" Like that. That's the best line ever.
Right.
I'm Dan.
And you sing.
Yes.
And then you are.
Matt. I play bass and I sing backups.
And then George plays guitar.
Yeah, and he sings backups too.
In our next music video, he's going to be known as Maddie. He's going to dress as a girl.
Have braces.
Are you really?
Yeah, we're both going to have braces.
Really?
He's going to be my love interest.
Your love interest. And then Mark plays
drums. I sat there dormant. No one was using the name until about like late '04, and that's when we kind of started gearing up to then get signed to Tooth and Nail.
How did that happen?
It was pretty quick actually. Like we were just kind of doing our thing. Like, what do we do? Do we make a demo? I was kind of starting to get into recording, but I wasn't at the point where I could like produce our own album or anything. So we started doing some demos, and I produced the demos. And Tooth and Nail, we just kind of made a point because we knew that would be like a good home for us. So we kind of made a point to show up at the festivals they were at and just do whatever we could to get booked or play for free or whatever. And we met a manager there who managed a couple bands who were on Tooth and Nail, and he's like, "I'm your guy." He's like, "I love the band, I can hook you up." And it pretty much went like that. We were signed by like a year after we started. So.
How long have you guys been together first?
The Fold is a funny animal because it, I always say we really got going in 2006. That's when our first Tooth and Nail album came out. And that was me, Mark and two other guys who just kind of recently joined the workforce and got out of the music thing. But it's cool the way it is right now because Matt is Mark's best friend, like since they were kids, and George is my little brother. So we have always thought we should be in a band together, but it just never happened like that.
Okay.
In our circumstances.
So then, how long have the other two guys been together?
This lineup has been about a year.
Yeah, a year and a half, something like that.
Just over a year. So we decided to go independent in 2008, like late 2008. And it was just a lot of things were changing at Tooth and Nail. We were kind of making it a little difficult for them because they have like 60 bands that are trying to do what we're doing. So we were like, does this make sense? And we got to a really friendly agreement that we would both just go our own way. They own our old records still, like half the publishing, but we can from here on out just do what we want. And so it was just kind of when we were wanting to experiment more with our own concepts and just these silly videos we've been doing on YouTube. And it was all really cool. Like, the sales aren't like, they mean more to us now. So it's not like this mysterious number that we see from the record label. If we sell 1,000 records in a month or something, that's a huge deal, and that helps us do what we do. And we decided to name the second album Secrets Keep You Sick, and it was this kind of like, I wanted it to be like this dirty artwork, and this guy at Tooth and Nail, Don Clark, him and his brother Ryan Clark are like nominated for Grammys almost every year for their artwork. So they kind of took my idea and like developed it like crazy, and they did this Mirage thing where I actually have it hanging on my wall at home. I'm like a fan of it. And that got nominated for the Grammys.
So it was the artwork.
Yeah, so it was like they just took the album title and ran with it.
Yeah, it wasn't really clear when I read online. So
Yeah, we like to make it a gray area.
Hey, whatever, dude. I would too if I was you.
I saw a list the other day of the top touring acts, and it was like 180 dates was the most a band toured last year. And that's just crazy because I remember like Goldfinger back when we were coming up, like they did more dates than there were days in the year. So they did 380 and they're like, yeah. And I remember we were on tour with them a lot that year, and they would do a show in the day and a show at night. My old band, yeah.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, they
I
were.
love both.
Actually, Matt and I are.
You both are married. Kids?
I have a baby.
Aww.
We just had a baby.
You just had, look at that face when he says, I just had you. So do you think that that's like part of the reason that you're trying to pick and choose your tours and stuff like that?
It hasn't really had an impact yet, but just because, like I said, we're happier to focus on Chicago. Right now we're making our new record, so it's really coincided well with that. We love being in the van. Like when the five of us get in the van, it's like just a think tank. We make crazy plans and we carry them out. But it's kind of cool also to not take that for granted. Appreciate it when we get in the van.
We make love to each other.
We all went to the same high school as like the Plain White Tees.
Oh yeah.
And so they took us to Europe, and that was the coolest thing ever. Cause like.
Did you guys ever play? Sorry, side question. Did you guys ever play in Vapo? Plain White Tees used to play there all the time.
Yeah, those are stomping grounds.
See, back then, like he was in a band called Starstruck, and I was in Show Off. We'd go there all the time, but
Really?
I didn't know if there was really still a scene there.
I don't know, but well, I mean, I don't live there anymore. I lived there.
They get the big like halls. Like,
They used to have like the venue there and like a whole bunch of other. That's the scene I grew up in. So I haven't seen you guys back in the day for all I know.
Yeah, it was an
we
awesome
probably
scene.
did.
Yeah.
That venue was really cool. We played with, this was a long time ago, it was Lucky Boys Confusion.
Oh, yeah, I
I think
remember that.
Alistair. It was
I
a fun time. But yeah, the scene there was always
The scene was great then,
It was
man.
really rad.
Think about that stuff all the
No,
time.
we totally all came from the same scene. It's
Yeah.
our newest album. And the sales were cool, but like we were just kind of changing it up, and Matt was getting involved. And we decided to do a parody of a Miley Cyrus song.
Nice.
So we did that, and like it was all about other bands in the genre, like this kind of sugary neon pop thing with the auto-tune and the vocals and all that. So that's like the crazy YouTube
That sounds
story
funny.
for us. That,
Who writes the lyrics? Everyone?
oh, lyrics
Dan
for
writes
me,
lyrics.
but it's been kind of a collaborative thing right now. My inspiration, a lot of time, is Elvis Costello. He's
Nice.
just like, as far as hooks go, and just delivery, I'm a fan of every syllable.
And go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, but I mean, there's so many different ways to answer that. Like, Fountains of Wayne is just a band that I always emulate just as a full package.
I would say Dan and I, when we were in high school, we were like punk rock kids. So a lot of times I go back to those roots, thinking of like my all-time favorite bands, like NoFX or MXPX or No Use for Name. Just because I'm not as into them now as I was then, but they're still like, I still put the record on and be like, it just takes me back. Our latest music video was recorded there, which was really surreal for us because we're walking the halls and we're there. They let us take over the school and like film all day and all night. It was really cool.
Principal is like all about it,
Really?
which is crazy.
Is it the same principal you had?
No, he's new.
No, it's totally
And
different.
like, there's just no way the old guy would have.
No, they were so uptight when we were there. It's like, "Ugh, you punk rock kids," and like now he was embracing it. He's like,
Young guy.
come out here, and this is really good. And like we're actually playing a Relay for Life there next Friday.
Nice.
And like the kids just go insane. I mean, they're like the full.
Yeah, it's become like a fan base. It's so weird.
That's
We when we were doing the video, there's a scene where I get de-pantsed in gym class, and he drove us in his convertible from the school to like the stadium,
To the football
where we
stadium.
shot that, and so he's like hanging out by his car, like pretend he's not watching, like checking his voicemails or something, and then we finish the scene. He's like, "So did I see you get de-pantsed?" And then he thought it was hilarious, but I was like. I was so worried.
Thought he was gonna kick
shut
us
us
off.
down.